Yeah. What cup is a big trophy?
Carabao Cup.
Come on, bro. We come from the same era. What was it called when Sir Alex and Wenger?
Worthington Cup. You've won nothing. The only thing you lot won is this year for last year, getting PFA trophies, all standing next to Haaland and them, man.
Welcome to Fan Clash, the ultimate fan debate. This Sunday, the Emirates houses a rivalry renewed, a titanic clash of two Premier League behemoths. Africa, Antarctica, the Milky Way, the entire observable universe will be watching and believing. Representing Arsenal and Aftv, we have Turkish. Representing Manchester United and United View, we have Flex.
For someone your own size. Pick on me. Pick on me, Turkish. Pick on me.
Don't forget I'm called Irish, my guy, so I got respect for Keane.
No, that's true.
The first question is, who will win more trophies, Erik ten Hag or Mikel Arteta?
Well, it's Ten Hag, obviously. Because,
yeah.
Of course. He actually takes the other cup competition seriously.
Ah.
You know what I mean? When Arteta first came in, yeah, all right, get the FA Cup in the bag. And then eighth, whatever. As you can see last year, he didn't want to mount on multiple fronts. He's infatuated with going for the league. And I want my team to be there. But I think Erik ten Hag will take everything seriously at all times because he just wants silverware. Even if it's a Carabao Cup, you don't laugh. FA Cup, I know you guys have moved on. You want the big boy trophies. Let's face it, Champions League is not going to happen for Arsenal. That's just not what goes hand in hand. My manager's a proven winner before and more experienced, and he wants to win it all. He wants all the smoke. He's not going to be selective.
A proven winner, yeah? Mm. Where?
Ajax.
Light work.
Yeah.
Light work.
Got Champions League runs under his belt. What's Arteta under his belt?
Runs. Well, you dismissed the FA Cup just like that. Like, you're not counting the League Cup from last year. Or what is it, the Carabao, or is it the League Cup or the Cadbury's
It's not
Cup?
a shield. That's what it is. It's a cup,
Oh,
not
the
a
League
shield.
Cup. Oh, the League Cup. Mighty Man United.
So what is Arteta? What's Arteta saying?
League Cup, I'm not interested.
Cool.
I'm not interested.
Another FA Cup, you take that. You've won it the record time. Get that again.
It's up there still.
So third in the FA Cup would be all right.
Nah. Well, we're expecting bigger things than that.
What are you expecting?
We're going for Premier League, bro.
You going for Champions League?
Luck of the draw, we'll see.
Wait,
Luck of the draw, we'll see, bro. You just said Ten Hag takes everything serious.
Takes everything serious.
Are you going for Champions League?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
We've got a better chance of winning that than we have the league.
I thought you were about to say the last time. I said, yo.
Well, no, we've got a better chance of winning the Champions League than you do.
Why?
Because...
What, are you on this heritage stuff as well?
No. Not just heritage. You're Arsenal. Arsenal and European competitions don't go. Even West Ham will show you that.
12 months ago, you would have said City in European competitions don't go.
No, you would have said
that no more.
No, what you would have said is that they're knocking on the door, they get into finals, and they're within a whisker. That's what you would say. What we would say about Arsenal was when they last been in it.
Well, this is us walking up to the door. We're walking up to the door. Let's see if we knock on it or smash it down. The next step is a crucial one.
Or you might knock on it, no one will answer.
Well, we'll see. That's when we'll have to smash it down, my bro. But like I said, luck of the draw. Listen, Premier League is what we're going for this season. But you dismissed the FA Cup like it's nothing.
I didn't dismiss the FA Cup.
Well, you said Arteta came in and won an FA Cup.
Yeah, I said he won an FA Cup.
Yeah, but
I'm saying you lot have moved on. I said because you've got so many of them, it's the tenner penny to Arsenal. Like for him to win an FA Cup now.
That's like saying if you win another Champions League, you've got a few of them. You don't care. Or the Premier League title, you've got so many of them.
Champions League different. European League, that's the pinnacle of club football. So you're not the FA Cup.
Okay, so you're putting the FA Cup down a little bit here.
Compared to Champions League, of course.
Of course, but in general, you're putting the FA Cup down a little bit.
FA Cup's a big trophy.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup's a big trophy. Champions League.
But rewind. Yeah. What cup is a big trophy?
Carabao Cup.
Come on, bro.
Of course it is.
Come on, bro.
It's a trophy, bro.
We come from the same era, bro.
Yeah.
What did our manager...
I didn't say it's the biggest.
What did Sir Alex and Arsene Wenger used to do in the...
I didn't say it's the biggest.
What was it called back then?
Barclays Premier League.
No, the Carabao Cup. What was it called when Sir Alex and Wenger...
Worthington Cup.
Worthington, yeah. What did these legends of the game treat the Carling Cup like the Worthington Cup?
First season.
Yeah,
First season, get that under your belt, and now you talk about bigger and better things. That is us.
All of a sudden, the Man United fans acting like this is a major League Cup.
No,
Man United fans saying it's a major. You just said it's a major.
What we're doing is acting like it counts for something because it does. Like it counts for. It's better than winning nothing, which is what you did. That's the difference. You lot try to act like you haven't done anything. What have you? You know, we've won something. You've won nothing. The only thing you lot won is this year for last year, getting PFA trophies, all standing next to Haaland and them, man, saying, "Oh, look how good they are getting PFA." That's the only trophy where you lot got. Even our keeper, who's not even here anymore, got a trophy.
There's some envy there.
I'm just saying what it is versus what it isn't.
You like the young players we got, yeah?
Saka's good.
Who had the better season last season?
Man United. I said, because I don't want to go back to last season.
Oh, you're from my era, though. I'm not talking to KG here. I thought I'm getting called on United View for fan clash. They pulled KG out of the firing line. They put Flex, a more sensible man. And here you are calling League Cup a major.
I'm talking sense.
You're talking about Champions League. You have more chance than us.
What I'm saying is, you say who had a better season last year. What I'm saying to you is that we had a better season than you. You had a cute little title charge, fell off at the end. Great emotions, went out of every other cup competitions, whereas we won something. So when it's all said and done and the players look back, they'll remember the day at Wembley. I will remember the day at Wembley. Yes, for a Carabao Cup. Same way how you remember your day at Wembley for beating Manchester City in the Charity Shield, apparently. Now we've proved we've got something over them. That's what you told us.
Who's
That's
you,
what you told
me
us.
or others?
That's what you told us. You said it shows that we got their number now. It shows that they're scared of us now.
Who's you told us?
I'm just saying.
Name names, bro, because Turkish is not one of those names, bro. He's not one of those names. But listen, you're talking about you had a better season last season.
We did.
You got the better manager, more experience, he's won stuff. You predict more trophies for Man United.
Yeah.
You're challenging for the league title this year then, right?
Maybe.
No, by your definition, you must be challenging for the league title.
We're talking about their tenure.
Should you be challenging?
We didn't just say just this year. We said who's going to win more out of the two.
I know, but I'm just interested in your description of last season competed.
We weren't winning the Premier League and you weren't winning the Premier League.
But you had a better season.
Yeah, last year.
And your manager's got a trophy under his belt.
Because we won something, yeah.
And you got a more experienced manager.
Yeah.
So you should challenge Man City this season.
No, because we've got more to do than you with our squad.
But you had a
How long has your guys been there for?
You had a better season than us last year. You won a trophy and you spent how much?
One season in a first season, by the way, when you're undoing everything, when the team's just finished sixth, does not mean that you've superseded the guy who's been there for 4 years. We need more time. Just like you needed more time. When you finished 8th, 6th, and it was Arteta out and all this stuff, he needed more time.
I wouldn't have turned around and said we've had a better season than you.
You would if you won something. When you finished 8th, and Man United, I don't even remember where we finished that season. We clearly didn't win anything.
No, that season.
You won the FA Cup.
We did have a better season.
And you had a better season, though.
Yeah,
we didn't win nothing and you did.
Yeah, but where did you finish that season?
It was higher than you. Where was it?
Yeah,
like
but
third? Can't remember. Was it Ollie second? When did you win that? You won that in COVID, didn't it?
2020.
Yeah, we finished second with Ollie, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but it wasn't a challenge. It was more like...
Oh, no, it wasn't a challenge. But we finished higher than you. We finished higher than you with nothing. Challenge or not, you ended the season with nothing.
Yeah, we did.
And now you're into this season questioning Arteta all over the gaff.
But the expectations are higher for us.
Lee said call it out.
But the
Lee said he
expectations
takes
are
a
higher
shit there
for
and
us.
want to wipe his arse.
Oh, you're naming names
You said
now.
you miss Xhaka.
Okay. Listen, on the Xhaka stuff, Xhaka was quality for us last season. I wanted a better upgrade than Havertz, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We move. You lot missed a lot of players over the years as well. La Pioche.
Who is the better goalkeeper? Andre Onana or Aaron Ramsdale?
I'm going to give you the floor yet again because I'm hoping that the sensible man in front of me doesn't ruin his reputation completely.
Well, here's the thing. And actually, I will be sensible. There's a lot of similarities between the two of them.
Could say that.
Yeah, because I think both of them have an emphasis on playing out from the back, being good with their feet, distribution, etc. And I think the consensus with both of them is that maybe shot stopping, sometimes there's some questionable saves there. So they're actually on parts. But why I would say Onana is because of the way he excels at playing out from the back and the commanding of his box and the bravery that he has. I think that Aaron Ramsdale, he's overexcited all the time. He's always doing this. He's always fidgeting. He's always come on. Sometimes, brother, just relax now.
What about Onana's debut shouting at Maguire like he's been there for 10 years?
No, that's called standards, brother. Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what my team needs. People like Harry Maguire. You spend your whole flipping time laughing at Harry Maguire, so don't give it that. All of a sudden, you're Harry Maguire's biggest advocate. Is that what you're doing?
I'm just talking about.
This is what we need.
Ramsdale's
David De Gea wouldn't do that. David De Gea would be timid and shy, and it took me a long time to learn this. So, absolutely, I don't care who it is. You go out and you tell them, "What do you think?" Ramsdale every minute doing this, shouting at people doing the same thing.
Character.
Man, come from Sheffield United relegation battle and come to Arsenal, eat curry goat and rice, and now you lot are saying he's looking.
Character, my bro. Let's talk about these standards, though.
Yeah.
First game of the season, reckless, should have conceded a penalty.
Yeah.
Last game,
What's the saying? All keepers make mistakes, don't they? I've seen Ramsdale end up tangled in his net in the Europa League and just getting tangled against Sporting. Like, it happens.
2 in the first 3 games?
It happens. What?
Mistakes?
No.
What
other mistakes?
What happened against Forest?
Nothing. I'll tell you what happened. Rashford's running back with Awoniyi, and he's got a guess. Mate, you're letting the guy do flipping mighty ducks, running through and try and score. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Awoniyi put him on his arse.
You know what
like
it is? You know what's funny? You're better than this, yeah? You're jumping on the memes, yeah? Okay. No one did. You know what they didn't mean? Near the last minute, Willy Bolly gets a shot, yeah? I know you would have seen it, but you don't want to talk about it. No. Fantastic save, yeah? He's going in. No one memes that. Where's the memes? Everyone's putting the Formula 1 car, doing the thing, etc., etc., etc. I've seen Ramsdale twist up in it. I saw Ramsdale, even though Pereira messed up the shot, man was spinning around minute 1. Last year, he done the same thing. He kicked it to someone as well, and then they scored straight away.
Few and far between, but now we've got competition there. Arteta's addressing that.
Why is he better than Onana?
You've brought in Onana.
Why is he better than him?
Look at the last season.
Man, he touched Champions League in his life.
Doesn't matter how many games has Onana played in the
after the Champions League final,
you're going like he's a veteran or something.
Robbie, you man was saying, raw.
Ramsdale's been cold.
He's sick.
Ramsdale's been cold for us. He's made mistakes, yes.
Why is Arteta going to bought Raya?
Competition.
Oh, competition, is it?
No, there's mistakes there.
Do you believe that?
Listen, when you're competing with Man City, it's fine margins.
Spanish.
Potentially.
Countryman.
Good keeper though, right?
Great keeper.
We could even sit here and say Raya or Nana. And I'll sit and say Raya. You don't wanted him before Nana, no?
No, we always wanted Nana.
Oh, is it?
We always wanted Nana. Why? Because he's Ten Hag's guy.
Okay.
That's right.
Like Lissandro and Anthony.
Don't talk about Lissandro. Talk about Anthony.
Listen.
Talk about Anthony. Don't talk about Lissandro.
Well, he's not all that, is he?
What are you talking?
But that's not the question. I just thought I'd chuck him in there since we're talking about Ten Hag's guys and how they've worked that. Malaysia's another one, no? Ten Hag's guys.
He's a backup. Oh, you're doing that?
No,
so
I'm just talking about when these...
So what's Tommy Asu? That's like me saying, what's Tommy Asu?
Yeah,
he's a guy who can just come in and do what he needs to do.
I'm talking about Ten Hag's guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Casemiro's been fantastic.
Ten Hag's guy.
Ericsson was a freak, come in, steadied the ship, not a problem. Leacher, Jamie Carragher had to apologise to man. You saw it. Scored against you last time, got his first goal. You know what I mean? Anthony's dead.
Shaky start to the season though.
Shaky start to the season. Partey's playing right back, mate. your best centre mid's not even started. Shaky start to the season. Gabriel can't even get a look in, mate.
I'm talking about Lissandro's performances,
you know
my bro.
You know what I mean? Shaky start to the season.
What, in the first game wasn't he subbed off at half time?
Yeah, he was.
Top centre back.
So why can't Gabriel go on the pitch?
Top centre back?
You man were telling me your centre back partnership. You were telling me your centre back partnership's the best ever, saying that it's better than Martinez and Varane. Hey, Gabriel can't even get a kick.
Gabriel and Saliba were better than Varane and Martinez.
Well, we got the Golden Glove because we conceded the least goals.
You did, but you also conceded 7 in one game.
7 in one game, we still got the most clean sheets.
Yeah, but 7 in one game's peak.
Doesn't matter.
Was it against Brentford?
Still finish higher.
4 in one half?
Still finish higher than them. Still finish higher than them.
I know, but it's shaky. That's all I said, shaky. You're bringing
back to Onana. Back to Onana and Ramsdale, it's 100% Onana.
Never. Look at what Ramsdale's done for Arsenal.
What?
Look how he's elevated us, bro. Before Ramsdale, look at the keepers we had. Big up Leno on shot stopping, but playing at the back.
He ain't better than Lehman.
Oh, we're going way back now, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going way back. That's too far back. Let's talk about our movement.
Yeah, because it's not my fault your bar was so low.
Chesney
and them, man. That's your fault.
Let's talk about Czech at Arsenal.
Czech?
Yeah.
Ramsdale can't lace Czech's boot, mate.
Bro,
can't lace his helmet.
Did you see Emery trying to play out the back with Czech and goal, bro?
Nah, listen, Ramsdale's good. I actually really like Ramsdale. I do.
Some would say Ten Hag's looking at Arteta's process and saying, what was the key move here?
You said this.
I'm speaking out loud.
You said this in America and we dealt with this. No, it wasn't you, actually. I'll take that back. I'm sorry. It was Robbie.
That's why I said some may say.
Yeah, don't bring that here.
Yeah, but some may say that. And how would you counter that?
Did I tell? So all of a sudden, this is what I don't like about Arsenal fans. All of a sudden, you're saying that Arteta is the holy grail of everything. I tell you what, Arteta was the first manager to think about where do I start and how do I unpick my team, where do I need to improve? Oh, I need a new goalie. Arteta did it. No, he didn't. Every manager thinks like that. Klopp done it. Pep done it. Bare people flipping, fucking, what's his name, Mike? Ernst Postecoglou, mate. He's come straight in, mate. The reach on apply, mate. So, like, everyone can do that.
Okay.
So don't attribute that to Arteta.
Not a bad process to follow, right?
For all managers, yeah, it's great.
No, but
what do you want to do? Give Arteta props? What are you asking from me then?
No, but we're talking about keepers. We're talking about the importance of keepers. We're talking about how much Ramsdale's helped us improve in the last few years. a key part of that,
yes.
not just a part of it, a key part of that. Mistakes, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But Onana's made a couple in his first 3 games. So how can you sit here and say Onana over Ramsdale? What? Because he's got
because they both,
7
do you know
Champions
why?
League appearances.
Because they both make some questionable mistakes. Then they're both a bit erratic. So I'm using the deciding factor on who's better at the ball with their feet, who's got better distribution, who's better on the ball, and that 100% is Onana.
100%.
Yes.
Yet to see that. Yet to see that.
Well, you're going to see.
Time will tell.
At Emirates, you're going to see.
Is it better than Reyes?
Is
his distribution better than Reyes?
100%.
No.
Oh, Ramsdale's is not. Ramsdale's is not.
Ramsdale's distribution is not as good as Reyes.
No, but Onana's is.
I still think.
Or at least past.
I still think.
But you haven't
better
brought
than
Reyes into this
Onana.
argument. Huh?
I still think both their distribution better than Onana.
That's ridiculous. That is.
Are you hope?
Did you hear what Pep said about Onana?
No.
Oh, I did.
What did he say?
He was just saying how unbelievable he is and how in the Champions League final he's incredibly tough. You cannot press the goalkeeper like Onana. He's fantastic.
The same way he said he cannot be replaced. And we've got Haaland in the Prem. Same as that, yeah?
All right.
Pep says a lot, man.
All right. But I'm using Pep as an example. You talk about copying.
He's little bro in
Declan Rice or Casemiro?
Nah, you man have set me up.
This is brilliant.
You man have set me up here.
We ain't set you up because obviously you're going to say it's Declan Rice, aren't you?
You man have set me up.
How have we set you up? It's your team. You bought him for 105 million.
You man have set me up.
So he's a fantastic player.
You man have set me up, bro.
Why have we set you up?
Because Casemiro's a legend in this thing. You're comparing a legend with someone who's yet to make his mark at a big club on the European stage. So I think it's an unfair question.
Turkish. I mean, the answer is Casemiro, but yeah. But I said basically you're saying that the answer
is it an unfair question?
It's not an unfair question. You know why? Well, actually, if you would have said it was Rice, I would have told you literally what you. Don't compare to big man yet. Let's relax. But he's cost so much, and he's got massive impact, and he's the guy. Mm-hmm. He's starting all the minutes, playing like Partey's the one moving right back. Xhaka's gone. Declan Rice is the guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say obviously it's Casemiro because there's a lot of question marks over Rice at this level. So realistically, you have answered that very well because you haven't made a fight out of it, which I thought you would.
You're talking to a sensible man here.
True.
I was hoping for the same, but
since we went sensible, then what are you expecting from him?
From Declan Rice,
yeah,
I expect Arsenal to concede less goals. Full stop.
Okay.
Full stop. Don't expect much in the attacking phase.
Yeah, because they're saying he can score more goals, he can get higher.
I haven't seen that enough yet. I haven't seen that enough even at West Ham yet to say he was an upgrade on Xhaka in that position in the attacking phase. But defensively, there's no question he's an upgrade.
You said you miss Xhaka. But that's because of Havertz.
But people are taking it too literal.
Okay.
Because of Havertz, yeah. Nothing to do with Rice.
It's not because of Rice.
Nothing to do with Rice. Rice improves us a hell of a lot. And he's the long-term successor to Partey.
Is that why Partey's the one being ousted
He's been shifted a little bit, yeah. I think Arteta's overthinking it, but at the same time, I've said that before, and we challenged for a league title last year. So who am I to question what his next method is? All I can do is hope for the best.
Casemiro, I mean, it's football fans, isn't it?
He's been there, done that. That's the problem.
He's been there, done around the block, got every T-shirt.
Shaky start to the season, but I put it down more to being isolated a lot in the midfield, more so than him being poor. But at the same time, his age, the years left on his contract, I think, you know, his lifespan at United has only got a couple years max left in it, whereas Declan Rice has potentially got a decade.
Yes, easily, yeah. Let City come. And then, you know,
so maybe in 10 years we do this again, and we'll see if Rice got a couple Champions Leagues with Arsenal and
I mean, he won't have a obviously because it's difficult. He's been at Real Madrid, so he ain't going to be able to put medals down at the end of his career like Casemiro did.
Yeah.
But I like Declan Rice, man. Listen, he's the sort of player that I wanted my team to be in for. If we had the money, if we had 115 to be able to spend on one player.
What's changed? If Man United had the money.
If we had the money to spend on one guy, that a lot has changed. This ain't the Glazers out show, so there's no point going into that.
Yeah, Anthony cost a fair bit. That's why I'm surprised you're saying if you had the money.
Declan Rice weren't available last year. You know what I mean? They said no. So 80 million last year, we ain't spent anywhere near 80 million on a guy this time. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. But Declan Rice, I like him. He's a good kid. Wish him the best. Would have liked him at Man United, but it weren't to be. But yeah, I think for this one, Casemiro, it's not the same breath.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like I've been set up here, but when you're in the on the ops ground. This can happen still, ambush.
Which team will go further in the Champions League this season? Arsenal or Manchester United?
Arsenal, bro. Arsenal going further than
All right, do you know what? Talk to me, yeah. Go on, why are you going further?
Better side, younger, hungrier. Shown a lot more so far, albeit with more time with the manager. Good mix of experience and youth. Maybe not experience at the top level yet, as I mentioned with Rice, not having the European pedigree in the Champions League yet. But all round, I look at United, the start to the season, some of the signings over the last couple of years, a lot's resting on Højlund to come back and start bagging. And I just think you're going to have to focus more on the league than anything.
The reason why I think we might actually do all right is because actually in cups, instead of the consistency over the 38, get the big nights at Old Trafford, you know what I mean? The draw might be a bit favourable.
Not bad.
So the draw might be a bit favourable, hopefully. It depends on a lot of factors in Champions League or Europe. You know, I've seen that with my own team last year, with the run that we had to the FA Cup final, that we all talk about as funny, and the run that we had in the Carabao Cup. If you're on the right side of the draw, look how Inter Milan got to the final last year. They avoided that kind of tough side.
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw. And that's the same for Arsenal, to be fair. So I get it. Your team's further developed than us. I do question how Arteta will fare at that level. Not because I don't think he's good, but because I think he can overthink. And those emotional, them big games, I think we're both in pot 2.
Yeah.
I think so. We've seen we can get a tough group, but I think it could be like us and say Bayern Munich or PSG, but then hopefully the other two ain't great. So
listen, Arteta's got a lot to prove in Europe.
Do you know what I mean? He's really... I've seen my manager with Ajax, and I know it's a while ago now, but I've seen him have a bit about him in that to get to a semi-final. Okay, you say, look, he lost it. What does that mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, to navigate through with a bit of experience. I've seen something. So I just think Arteta, I'm not going to say he's going to fail. I just think it'd be interesting as a neutral to see, like, how is he going to fare? But one thing I do think, though, which I said even last year, is that I said Arsenal will 100% turn over a lot of teams, like at Emirates. Like a lot of teams in Europe. Like, okay, take out Real Madrid, Bayern,
and City.
Yeah. I'm looking at that. They can beat anyone at the Emirates after that.
Yeah.
Even like Barca, you know, I don't even know if you're in it, Napoli, Dortmund, whoever, got dropped out. Do you know what I mean? Who else is there? AC Milan, all them kind of teams. Like Arsenal can beat them kind of teams.
100%.
PSG at Yard.
Yeah, they're not the same beast.
Do you know
anymore.
what I'm saying? You can beat them teams at home. What it looks like over 2 legs and all them things, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how Arteta shapes up at European away. We might, in the groups, you might get Red Star Belgrade, and all of a sudden it's looking a bit hostile. You man are moving mad. I don't know. That's why I'm like, I see why you think you'll go further, but I can see why we might.
But notice, that when I answered the question, everything I said about why I think Arsenal will go further was team and player related.
Because you're better than us now.
And everything you've said about going further is more manager related. And I agree. I agree that Ten Hag has somewhat proven himself in not only cup tournaments, but Champions League football as well, with the way he manoeuvred Ajax. But at the same time, I don't see the same tools he had at Ajax.
There ain't the same tools, but at Man United, what there is big game players. So I know Varane's injured right now at the time of recording, but if you say to me Varane, Casemiro, Bruno, Rashford, do you know what I mean? Shaw's injured for time, so he ain't going to play in the thing. But I look at a bit of a spine and I'm going, do you know what? In them big moments, like last year was a perfect example. When we played Barca, it was a crappy playoff game, but it felt like a Champions League game. And we went, I know it's that Barca, but at that time, it's won the Liga, mate. They were top of the league. They were functioning under Xavi. And I went, we've gone there with Weghorst in a 10. You know, Rashford stuck it on, man.
Still got out.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean? Then brought them back, went 1-0 down from a dodgy penalty, then slapped it on them. And moments. Yes, it went wrong after that. I get that. But I'm just saying.
That's what I'd mention, though. Because with the pedigree that some of your players has,
it can get us through, man.
It can, but I've also seen them not show up when called upon against teams that you should be getting
Sevilla,
past. Yeah, and Sevilla have got Europa League pedigree like no other.
Yeah.
But you'd expect United with those Champions League Varane.
It's 2-0 up at half time against them in the home leg, and then it just went to shit.
That's why, as much as you've got the pedigree, I just think Ten Hag's still working it out. And
what about history, though? What about, like, I know none of them players were there. Yeah, like the fact that Arsenal just historically don't do well in the Champions League. Is that a thing?
I think players can overthink it. I think fans can cause noise around it when shit hits the fan or when things are getting into the latter stages. But the reality is, this is a new team. You know, you can set the way rather than looking at it like shit. There's a dark cloud over us. We can't ever win in Europe. Look at it as like, if I win in Europe with this team, what do I become? Legends, every single one of you. You win the Champions League for Arsenal Football Club, from Ramsdale to Eddie and Ketia. The squad become legendary. So that's how they got to look at it. People are different. Some people will use criticism as motivation. Some will face criticism and crumble. I want the former. I want players that use criticism as motivation, and I want players that don't look too much at history and create their own.
Hope you're listening, Havertz, mate.
Mount, same thing.
Yeah, they both won the Champions League as well. Right? So it's bad.
Well, our guy scored the winner.
Our guy set him up.
Well, so goal over assist.
Hey, listen, provider, mate, provider.
Goal over assist.
Who is better, Marcus Rashford or Gabriel Martinelli?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Rashford's too inconsistent. Quality player on his day, not too many days in the last few years. It wasn't long ago Man United fans were thinking about selling or moving Rashford on in the 2021-22 season.
Yeah, one just for last year.
Last season had a great run, I think, you know, especially in the new year calendar-wise. But towards the end of the season, didn't keep it up consistently. Left the door open for Liverpool with that because Rashford's so important to United, or has been so important. Whereas Martinelli, towards the end of last season, he's the one I look at and think he's the one who stepped up the most. A lot of question marks about Saka towards the end, a lot of question marks about Partey, about Odegaard. But Martinelli was the one that just kept on going. Martinelli scored a lot of his goals off the back of being dropped one game for Trossard. Comes off the bench, gets a goal and scores about 8 from March until May. And at such a young age, he got 1 goal less than Rashford. So it has to be Martinelli for me.
I think you draw in comparisons to last season because that was Martinelli's best season, and that was Rashford's best season. So it's best season for best season. Our guy got 30 goals across all comps. Obviously, like I said, 1 more in the league. Marcus Rashford didn't have the luxury, and this is not Martinelli's fault. It's Arteta picks the team, but he didn't have the luxury of having the Carabao Cup off, having the FA Cup off, having the Europa League off, game after game after game. And a lot of his goals did come in a period. He did score some goals before the World Cup, but I accept when he got back from the World Cup, it was stupid. And then actually, probably till about just after Barcelona/Carabao Cup, February, he kind of tailed off a little bit and we stumbled over the line as a team. But I think we've just seen what Rashford can do at his best under this manager. That hasn't been seen before. And yes, he has to do it on a consistent basis. I get it. I think there's a bigger sample size there because obviously Rashford's older and Martinelli's coming to the forefront now. But I think Rashford at his best, if they're both in their best moments, I think Rashford is a better player than Martinelli. I think they've got a lot of similarities. They're very direct, they can get at players, you know what I'm saying? They're very, very fast. They're always looking to go at the throat, you know what I'm saying? And when you complicate Rashford's game, 100%. And I think same with Martinelli. If you ask them to do the intricacies of the game, slow it down, link up, this, that and the other. Well, Rashford anyway, I'm going to say that's not his forte, but give him the grass, keep him on the left wing, let him see the goal. People are going to get cooked. Thomas Partey felt it literally last year in this moment, and those goals out of nothing. Martinelli is still it's a bit like a bottle of fizzy pop at the moment. Like you shake him, it's all waiting to there to come out. But he's young. He's young, so I'm not going to criticise him for that. But I just think in his best moments, I think Rashford Rashford is a better player.
Again, best moments we're yet to see Martinelli is where we would assume we've seen Rashford, whether it was last season or.
And Rashford's coming to his prime now, just because he's been around for ages.
Yeah, he's coming into his prime, and people on Twitter are still asking who's better at Rashford, Saka, and these man. Come on, and he's not the same age group. But back to Martinelli.
Don't use X as the thing.
X, yeah, that's it. Listen, both are quality dribblers. I think Rashford's got more control with his dribble. He keeps his head up. He assesses his options. More often than Martinelli, who's got that. Listen, when you said it's like you shake a fizzy pop, he's got that in him. But that unpredictability sometimes is an asset. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but it's an asset. And last season, I think he transferred that unpredictability to an end product too. Yeah. Getting 15 goals in the league off the left-hand side is mad for a player his age. Only been in the country for a few years, coming from Brazilian third tier, I think. Off the ball though, Martinelli's work rate. Martinelli hasn't had that left back who can help overlap or who can assist him down that left hand side. He's pretty much had to do a lot of the work himself. You've seen Zinchenko come into the side, and you see Zinchenko more in the final third or middle third than you do in his own position. Martinelli covers a hell of a lot for that. And when you consider his age, that work off the ball, it's unique in modern day football for players so young. Players so young tend to want the ball more. Well, I'm not saying he doesn't, because that's another attribute of his.
Still does
but they want to, be the man. And the off the ball work sometimes gets compromised for that, because not many people are looking at how much he's running off the ball or he's running off the ball. Martinelli doesn't give a shit about all that. He does his work on and off the ball. I'm not going to disagree with you there, because one actual thing that I think Rashford does really poorly is the work rate off the ball, the willingness to get back in quick, work hard, challenge. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I could do the fan clash and just lie, but I'm going to be honest in that for that particular subject matter, Rashford, that's something he still needs to improve over, even at this age. And you're saying obviously Martinelli has that. I feel like with players like this though, you are always going to go with your guy. Rashford's my guy, and they are actually, there are a lot of parallels. As a Man United fan, I could admit that there are a lot of parallels with not only the way they play, but their ceiling. You know what I mean? Their attributes. They're very similar, and really at their best, there's probably not much. There's not much in it. There's not. If you ask a right back, who'd you rather play against? They're gonna say, it's a long day against Rashford. He's gonna keep running, and Martinelli just. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's tight, but obviously, you know what I mean. Martinelli's got a higher ceiling though. I think that's a.
Martinelli's got a higher ceiling. How old is he now? 21?
21, 22.
I don't know. It looks like he could with the Brazilian flair. He's lively and that. But it's all about how he develops though, because if he Rashford now at this point, this is wishful thinking. But he's shown us he can get the 30 across all comps. If he gets that consistency, I don't think Martinelli could do that. I don't think he can get the 30 across all comps.
Because Martinelli scored 15 in the league last year. If we cared about the cup you won, he might have scored a few in there. And he's so young that, listen, I think his next target is 25 goals in all competitions this season. At 22, I'm saying this.
And the thing is, Rashford has been there doing it. Like not the last season when he was awful. There was a season just after COVID.
Before that,
he was fantastic again. But I think he had a bit of an identity crisis for a long time. Different managers. Is he a striker? Is he not? Is that Martinelli again has come into a better ship? Not at the beginning, because what was it, Emery? That was not. Bro. But very, very quickly he got Arteta. You are a left winger. This is how we're going to play, and that has helped him. But high ceiling, it's not that mad to say. It's not that mad to say.
I'll take it.
It's definitely not that's not a crazy, because I was arguing earlier, have we seen the best of Rashford? Like, is this like the pinnacle? And I did say, I think there's a bit more, because there's another tick he can have, which is the word consistency. So there is gears to go up. Keep giving me 15 every season. Max, give me a continuum. Stop doing that and just give me that then. If you're not going to go 30 every year, just give me double figures every year, and I'm going to get 12 to 17 goals. That's
because look, no one knows best how much there was in Rashford in terms of hope. Because look at what he did against Arsenal in his first Premier League debut for United. It was 2 goals. So I know what he was meant to be, but like you said, it's just been too up and down. And we're here comparing a 27-year-old Rashford's best season to a 21-year-old Martinelli's best season and saying it's close. So for me,
it shows that the kid's done well.
Yeah.
I hear you on that. I hear you.
Yeah, we'll take the win.
And finally, what will the score be?
3-1 Arsenal. Should be 3-0. But the way we concede goals at home, I'm going to add the 1.
Manchester United 2, Arsenal 1. You give chances away, the balance is off. Sometimes football has some funny scripts. Man United, injury hit, never win on the road, scraping the market last couple of days, try to get some emergency loans. They look disjointed. And it'd just be football's way that they rock up to the Emirates and get a 2-1 win.
2-1 United, yeah? Is that prediction just for Fan Clash, or are you going to say that in the previews as well?
Prediction is 2-1 Man United across all platforms.
Say no more, I got a bet with KG too, so do you want to add some piece onto that? Or?
No, I don't need to bet.
Okay.
Betting's a mugs game.
Oh?
I learned that last year. In fact, I still owe some money.
Don't worry, I'll let him know, my bro.
Don't remind